So I noticed this today on Facebook here. It says Wiggerism is not just failure, it is death. And really it is bringing back some memories. Remember when I did some time in 2010, and when I was in there, I noticed this like tall blonde kid that was really scrawny, looked like that, had that emaciated look to him, and his last name was Goldman. He had some kind of Jewish last name, anyways, but he looked like this, like Justin Bieber, basically just like with lighter blonde hair, and blue eyes. They all have this look to them. I've noticed, like the goofy, skinny blonde, like they're kind of a mix of Joe Dirt and Kid Rock combined with some like homeless dude with that kind of phenotype that you'll see around town, usually like looking around all puzzled, like picking his butt, you know. But yeah, anyways, back to the prison thing. There's this little black dude from Chicago. We called him Brother Nunn. He was a short dude. He had all these like bullet hole scars in his legs. And that tall blonde kid or whatever with a Jewish last name, like he was one of those dudes. It's all like Malibu's Most Wanted or White Boys. Like all loud, type in your face, dude. Like he's so black gangster or whatever, even though he looks white, you know what I'm saying? But what I realized is this guy, he was always over in the cell with a little black dude, and they always had the lights out, and I thought that was strange. One day I was in the cell with him, when there was like several people in there. We were having this debate and everything about like history, because there's this black Hebrew Israelite dude there, and he was all talking about Alexander the Great, and I was like, well, man, they welcomed him in as a god because he reminded them of the Egyptians before, all the invasions and everything, when the women were like forced to marry outsiders, and he didn't really understand that. And I was telling him, I was like, well, man, the Jews, they're the ones that controlled and managed slavery. They ran slavery. They pretty much started it. And I was like, they're the ones, if you think about it, started racism as well, and like all the other black dudes that agree with me, I was like, oh man, he's got a point, what I'm saying? But the black Hebrew Israelite dude wasn't one to admit that, because he's like LARPing, trying to act like he's the Hebrew or whatever, it was kind of funny. But yeah, I remember they were all talking about, they brought up some weird shit. It sounded like fucking like low-key gay fucking comments and shit, and I was like, dude, I don't give a fuck how long I'm in here, dude. Like a guy is not gonna start looking sexy to me. But so he's saying, I guess you all have been in here for a long ass time, but I don't care how long I'm in here. Like a guy is not gonna fucking look sexy to me, And yeah, anyways, that guy, the tall blonde kid with a Jewish last name or whatever, he ends up getting a cell transfer to the little black dude's cell. And that's when it was totally, apparent to me, like, motherfuckers aren't getting their ass took in prison. They're, like, giving their ass up. They're either selling their ass or, like, it's these dudes. And the more they act like they're a black gangster, the more they're getting passed around and fucked by these black guys, is what I realized. Because I remember I'd see these scrawny blonde dudes like that. I'm like, how the fuck this motherfucker survive in prison, especially with the fucking big-ass mouth he's got, acting all tough and shit, but won't actually fight a motherfucker. Well, that's their means of survival right there, dude. They motherfuckers are getting fucked and shit by the black guys that they're trying to hang out with and shit. So, yeah. When you see one of these guys, just know. And then, like, these fucking nerds, like, they're making them out to be sexy or something, like Machine Gun Kelly and all that. Like, these guys are getting pumped of all this fucking, like, Hep C fucking semen up their ass from the black guys. And then they go back and fuck all these, like, retarded white bitches that are on fucking birth control. It's got their hormones confused to where they like effeminate as dudes, and they think some like little emaciated as dude like this is sexy or like so gangster and all this shit. But really, they're just like passing around disease and shit. It's fucked up. But I really do think that is what's going on with these guys. So the next time one of these dudes like starts acting all tough and shit, just know like he's got his ass blown the fuck out by these black guys in prison. And that's the fucking truth. Anybody wants to get offended or mad about it, it's probably because they know it's true, and that was how they survived in prison. With that, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share my videos if they resonate with you. And if you think these dudes are sexy, then like You're part of a dysgenic program to weaken the human race, as far as I see it.